Hey everyone, welcome back to Workshop Quick Takes. Today I'm going to try and do something I haven't managed to do since starting this series, and that is do an actual quick take. Okay, what's the subject of today? Well, I've started using a few more GoPros so that I can capture more angles at a reasonably affordable price, and so I ended up with these Hero 5s. They're older, but the Hero 5, 6, and 7 are all part of GoPro's product, improvement, and then in the fourth release they come up with a heavily revised design. So Hero 5, 6, 7, and then now the Hero 8 is out and has a significantly improved design. But okay, Hero 5's good enough for what I'm doing. And there's lots of third-party accessories that are cheap, including these convenient little mounting cases, which are the frame style. They're obviously not weatherproof. They're just there to give the camera some nice firm support and provide a mounting location. But recently on a job site where I've been using these to do inspections, I just attached one of these to my shoulder using a backpack clip or whatever and carried it around with me, and it's great because in addition to my photos, sometimes the video is really helpful for contextualizing what I was looking at. Great. So I was doing that, and I was using one of these cases with just a shoulder mount, and when I was listening to the video later, I noticed something really odd. In inspecting a box like this, we do see all of the expected grounding provisions. There's a box ground, there's a door ground strap. My voice did not sound natural at all. And before you say, well, you know, everyone hates their voice on camera, to do 30 minutes of video editing with the kind of effects that I'm trying to achieve, I usually end up listening to my voice for at least a total of 4 hours, so I'm over that. So I got to looking around and I was like, well, is it possible this case is not properly exposing the microphone ports? Now, I can see a nice little hole here, which I think lines up with a microphone port. But then I get to noticing, well, there's kind of a funny little gap there. That I'm pretty sure is a speaker. There's a funny little gap there. What's going on? So I went searching on the internet, finally ended up on Reddit, where someone linked to a page from the owner's manual for the Hero 5. And let's take a look here. Okay, the person who posted this very helpfully highlighted item 14 here, microphone. Where does 14 show up on these diagrams? Well, okay. Looking at it like this, item 14. Okay, so this hole I'm looking at here apparently is one of the microphones, but there's another one. 14. Right there. So I have 14 here, 14 there. So that's a microphone port, but apparently that is the other microphone port. Sure enough, I've got a nice little hole for that one there. I think that one's covered up. Okay. Yep, the microphone right there is being covered by the case, so it's picking up very little, muted at best. But that's what happens when you buy third-party accessories, and these little frame mounts were only about $8 each, so that's what you get. But we don't have to accept that. Here on Workshop Quick Takes, we mod things. So let's see what we can do. Okay, first of all, I know it's right in there somewhere, so let's see how it lines up with the case. Alright, there's my microphone port. There's my case, so let's just make a little mark exactly in line with that. Right about there on the cover. Perfect. So the next step, and I hope this is obvious, before I go drilling in here, I should probably remove the camera from the case. What I'm going to start with is with this tiny 1/16 drill bit. This is a fairly soft plastic I'm working with here. So I just want to use a really small bit to center it, but I don't expect to have any trouble tapping it. Unfortunately, the way the frame curves around the lens protector there's just enough extra material there. I don't think I'm going to structurally weaken this too much. Nice clean little guide holes. That's an important rule for drilling and tapping, is always start with a really small bit and then work your way up to larger sizes. In this case, I think we can do it in one step. So next, I'm going to go to 1/8. So this could be a little more fidgety, so I just need to work carefully. And I'm going to drill at a slight angle here, heading towards where the microphone actually is. Okay. And now, I'm going to work these side to side just a little bit. Give myself a little bit more direct point at the microphone. This soft plastic has left burrs on the inside, so now I got to figure out what I'm going to do to clean that up. One is to use a larger bit and just twist it against the hole. The other is to use a countersink bit. So let's try the countersink bit first and just see how that works for us. And this hole is small enough and this plastic's so soft, I'm just going to hand twist this. I don't want to gouge a big hole there. I just want to trim the lip. And yeah, I can see already, just with gentle hand twisting, that's already taking a lot of material off. So let's try the drill bit here and just finish cleaning that a little bit, especially on the inside here where it's a little harder to get to. Last step, of course, is to make sure I do not have any lingering plastic debris in there because it could fall into the microphone. Alright, I think that's about as clean as I can get those. Go ahead and sweep all the plastic off our work surface here. Alright, now let's see what happened from that. Go ahead and reinsert the camera. Yeah, got a nice clean hole going straight back to the microphone port. So hopefully that will give a little bit cleaner audio signal. But wait, there's more. We're missing another one up here. So right up here next to the start-stop button, we've got another port that apparently is also a microphone. Likewise, as we can see up here, no spot for that one. So now that we've taken care of those two on the side, what are we going to do? For this one here, I think we might actually have to take a quick measurement just to try and get it right. Just slightly off the power button. 1/8 of an inch maybe. Problem is this case just cuts across it. I can also see that it's pretty much in line with the top of the power button. So, slide that all the way back in. Line up, top of the red circle on the power button, come in 1/8 of an inch. And it's basically going to be right there. For the top one, I think I'm just going to do an experimental little hole. Again with the 1/16 bit so that I have a starting point. And now I'm going to step it up to a 5/32, which will just start to break through the very edge there. And now I'm going to take a pair of files and just work off that edge a little bit. Okay, there we are. That's looking pretty good. Now it's not perfect because that there kind of snaps right over it, but that's okay. I could cut out a section of this as well, but that would just make it look really ratty, and frankly, just needs sound to be able to get in there so it's not completely blocked up. Alright, back outside just watching the world go by, but now we're using the modified frame and we can hear the difference in the vocal pickup. Done, easy. And I still saved a lot of money by buying the third-party accessory, which, for my purposes, works just as well as anything from the original manufacturer. So there we have it. 3 Hero 5s, purchased secondhand, gotten fairly cheap, accessorized cheap also on the third-party aftermarket, and with just a small mod, ready to go. Has anyone seen my phone?